Now, if you think I'm gonna talk about that Russell Crowe movie, no, I'm not.
A man!
I'm starving.
I'm talking about the game that Square Enix is sleeping on with the same name, Sleeping Dogs.
Who's that my man? Jump up, fry man. Why is he leaving his right hand? Hey, come back and back your boy. Jump up, rise this toy. Jump up, rise this toy. Jump up.
You so singer! Who the fuck do you think you are, huh?
Sleeping Dogs is a typical open world driving, fighting, shooting game, but China. That was made by a now defunct United Front Games. And yeah, that all reeks of GTA clone, but once you get your hands on it, you'll see that isn't the case. It's one of those hidden gems that people have seemed to forget due to the fact that GTA 5 literally blew it out the water a year after release. It even brings a fresh change on the open world crime genre, making you the cop. You play as Wei Shen, an American officer that was transferred to the Hong Kong Police Department for obvious reasons, tasked with infiltrating one of the most powerful triads in Hong Kong, the Sun On Yee. He then dives dick first into a drug deal, absolutely blowing it, and gets arrested. But that's the plan. You meet with one of your friends from before you move to the States, Jackie Ma, a lackey in the Sun On Yee. You see? Obvious reasons. You sit rep your seniors, they go holy shit and bail you out. You then meet up with Jackie Ma outside, who doesn't even know or think of how you get out, ready to make you one of the boys.
Some hot butt sex.
But on the way there, Jackie decides to check his riz on some Cape Verdean hunt, which tracks some nearby thugs that totally overpower Jackie, but serve as a tutorial for Wei to understand how Chinese thugs fight nowadays.
Damn, Wayne! What did they do to you in America, man?
Making light work of them, you get Jackie and move on to the Sun On Yee headquarters. A restaurant run by a geriatric and his son, Winston. A red pole within the Sun On Yee, which just means he's an S-tier gangster. Jackie vouches for you to join them, leading to you have to do some bare minimum thugging to get in their good graces. After a while of just beating up low-level hoods, they make you chase some guy Ming because he offended Winston or something, I don't know, which would then make you one of them for real this time. You butcher him, then get arrested again, which pisses off your seniors to a point where they give you a team so that you can stop fucking around. A weird way of giving you resources, I guess. Yeah. The game then cuts you loose to play as you wish, splitting between cop work and gang work. Disclaimer: I will only be talking about the main game and Zodiac tournament. I'm not about to fight bouncing zombies, and the car is nice, but not worth talking about. Nor the cop missions, to be honest. You then kick it with Jackie, doing medium-sized robberies and helping out with Winston by securing his part of Hong Kong from another red pole within the Sun On Yee, Dog Eyes. Who you know because your sister gave him some sloppy top.
Whoa, wait, what the fuck, man? Seriously, Wei? I apologize. I'm really sorry. Your sister blew me.
You then strike a chord with Winston ever since you both hate Dog Eyes, creating a weird bond which moves you up from your local errand boy to known hoodlum. On the legal side of things, you're tasked with taking down Popstar, one of the Sun On Yee's major drug traffickers, by infiltrating his operation through Ming, the guy you beat up in the profile. Officer Tang, who's part of your squad, informs you of a deal going down. You go investigate and gather evidence that will pin him down for good, while flexing your degree in drama.
Fucking bitch.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing down here?
I live here. I gotta sleep. Get to bar. Drunk.
Oh, God!
You then execute a drug bust on a known hotspot, but not by straight up searching them. That would blow your cover. Instead, you beat the living crap out of all the nearby thugs, which then scare them away, just so that you can hack one of the available cameras. At least the hacking minigames are fun. Back on the grime side, Winston tells you to meet him at the restaurant. A trap, because Ming used his fucking brain and caught on that you're a fed. But Wei uses that San Fran riz on Winston, leading to the death of the only competent person on the Sun On Yee. He then sends you to Benny, the sleazeball running club Bam Bam. Benny has been getting a bit too friendly with Dog Eyes, thus enabling you to fuck up his shit. Which ends in an all-out brawl all over the club, with Wei making sure to leave evidence for the boys at HKPD to find him. Quick panic attack later, you plan to bug in the fence of the restaurant, giving you an edge on the Sun On Yee and basically Winston, as your bromance just keeps growing. Tang then pins you on Hotshot. Not that one.
I'm a woman now.
The best driver in Hong Kong with the kink for murder.
You ready for the big time, let me know. Everybody knows I'm the best driver in the city.
Oh yeah? I'll take you down too, hotshot, just as soon as my car is fixed.
You beat him in the street race, getting him arrested for shit he didn't even do. After that, some chick Tiffany from Club Bam Bam, who actually got you to Benny in an earlier mission, calls you to take a firearm that was planted on her by Charlie. Who is Charlie?
Don't you read my fucking report?
Oh no.
You then tell your boyfriend that you have a gun now, which arouses your scener's interest. Pendrew then makes you plant evidence on the scene, which will get Charlie arrested, but then Wei has this weird moment of consciousness that's a bit confusing because what he just did now is no different from the whole game. You find an angry Winston pissed at Dog Eyes for shooting up his mom's restaurant and ready to spill blood by shooting up one of Dog Eyes' major businesses, which is linked to another more powerful Red Paw, Big Smile Lee.
I need more bullets.
But then Wei straight up tells him he's stupid and gives him a better plan. Now in hindsight, it was actually good for Wei, as this will make Wei's job easier by making an indirect connection to the higher ups of the Sun On Yi at the expense of Winston, but Winnie agrees because he's a bit of a poo-poo brain. Officer Wei then proceeds to massacre everybody with an eye shot. Literally. Sleeping Dogs is one of those games that have made me feel the gore of the gangster life without seeming corny or just bad. You even gain the action hijack, which just makes you unstoppable, looking hella badass. After capturing some guy, you put him under Winston's command, with everyone waiting for Lee to do something. But then the chairman of the Sun On Yi calls you and Winston in for some tea. The both of you shit your pants knowing exactly what tea means, with Winston getting all teary-eyed, telling Wei that he's a good kid and should come for a beer. He'll show you how to be a 3-bit triad.
Nah, I wasn't really on God about that.
You get to the destination and are greeted by Ricky, another Red Paw, who shows you into the chairman's office.
Uncle Po.
Ah, Winston. Come in. Sit down. Have some tea. And you, young man, must be Wei. Winston speaks very highly of you.
Winston has been a good friend to me. I've tried to do right by him.
I like the way you think. That's the attitude that makes us strong. Winston says you're the one who made sure Siu Hua was not arrested.
No, it was Winston's idea. He had to assert himself. But he didn't want to inconvenience you in the process.
I'm going to die.
After rizzing out of dying, you do whatever Uncle Po wants just to avoid any issues until Raymond calls.
Shen, finally, where the hell have you been?
Look,
Do you have any idea what's going on? What happened at the warehouse?
Raymond.
You at least could have turned Siwa over to us. It would have helped our case.
Whatever it takes, you remember that?
They're calling it a massacre.
You ever actually read my reports?
Your reports? All I have to do is read the goddamn newspapers.
You then go looking for Winston, only to find his mom. She tells you that Winston's getting married pretty soon and needs some help with Winston's fiancée because, well, it ain't looking too good for Winnie. You take Peggy out on a flower hunt only to conclude with devaluing religious soil and stealing a cake. The wedding then actually happens. You're invited and you bring Jackie as your +1. But then as you're about to drown in the free wine, something unexpected happens.
Shit!
Finding a way in, you see an attack on Winston's wedding, with thugs that look like some low-budget 18K. After dying a couple of times to the chefs, it turns into a shootout, only to find Peggy and Winston dead as hell. But then on your way out, you remember that the chairman was here, and try to look for him before you fuck up your chance, and luckily, you find him shot up and needing medical attention, destroying anything in your path, getting this testicle to safety. Now the new leader of Winston's gang, you calm down the boys, telling them Nzoba Moacha, but then get interrupted by Ponytail, one of Lee's boys, who tells you that Lee is the boss now. He then tries to kill you, but fails, leading to you and Jackie hunting him down, only to nearly die because Jackie's a shit driver. Chasing Ponytail on foot, he decides to throw hands, or should I say, get his shit kicked in, landing a cheap shot on Wei which allows him to live. But then as you're trying to escape, you get a lift from a suspicious large vehicle. The vehicle of Broken Nose Jang. Yet another Red Paw, but more powerful because girl power, I guess. Yeah, women. She lets you semi-know that she knows you're a cop, but sees that the both of you have a similar hatred for Big Smile Lee, who she won't fight but can help you if you do it. Wei says yes because free evidence, and she buggers off until you actually pull your end of the deal. You go back to the restaurant to squeeze out whatever's left and find Winston's mom having a sob, offering assistance in the most I'm not a cop way possible. You find one of the attackers that lived, bring him in for questioning, and god damn it does he sing.
Fuck!
家你話俾我聽，邊個叫你做啊？
I don't know what you're talking about, you crazy old bitch!
Exposing that Dog Eyes man the attack, and that the 18K got offended by the blatant copyright infringements. You then get a text from Jackie to come see him, with him complaining about some small-time thug issues. Not a problem for Mr. Shen. But then find out that it involves Naz, that Indian guy from the prologue. He then concludes that Wei is after him and tries to run for his life, only for Wei to catch him, knock him up a couple, then save his ass, as he was about to get caught by the 18K anyway. Teng then puts you on a series of murders that have been happening near shore that only involve gangsters, and find out that one of your boys, Vincent, is part of the deceased. Now emotionally fueled, you go to the latest scene to find all the bodies had their organs harvested, but in a high-grade manner, which means someone with experience is involved. Teng then leads you to a hospital with a suspicious amount of kidney transplants, but a short amount of donors. You plant a bug in the doctor's office and look through his safe, which in my opinion is stupid, and he deserves everything that happened. Why keep the illegal files at work? Why document your wrongdoings in the first place? Ignoring the idiocy, you get the files and finish Dog Eyes, killing a majority of his lackeys, angering Big Smile Lee. Dog Eyes tries to run the fade, but instead gets stomped on and brought to Winston's mom for an Andy and Lele cosplay.
That looks like his eyes?
Teng calls you to tell you that the killer's next victim is one of your boys, Calvin, which provides Wei with more emotional attachment to this case. You catch the killer and knock him out and leave him in the police drop-off, where he'll be arrested along with the doctor because they got the chat logs. With everybody seeing that Uncle Po ain't making it, he decides to elect a temporary chairman to lead on the Sun On Yi. But Lee gets cut by Tu Chin Zhao, with the only reason being nepotism. Uncle Po gets you and your gaggle fully initiated into the Sun On Yi, with Wei becoming a Red Bull, all because he randomly remembered to talk to him during a gunfight. You fully become a 3-bed triad by celebrating with some cheap pussy and giving Jackie a traumatic experience. After therapy, you meet with Raymond, who gives you a direct order from Pendrew to pin down Sunny Wu. Not a member of the Sun On Yi, but one of their biggest investors. And arrest Jackie, because he's a low-level hood, but you can't. Jackie's literally the only reason you haven't been caught until that point, and getting him arrested after Wei's big promotion would raise eyebrows. They go through with it anyway, and tell you he'll be released once you finish your task.
Direct order? Well, that's an order you can shove directly up your ass, Raymond.
But then you get a distress signal from Ricky telling you that the 18K are attacking the hospital and are trying to get Uncle Po.
Where the fuck is Uncle Po?
I don't know!
Where the fuck is Uncle Po?
He's over there!
You get there and fuck shit up, killing everything that isn't you until you reach the room Uncle Po is in.
Whoa, easy! 18K shut off the power.
He's not enjoying the fit, not even.
Turning on the generator, you thwart off the remaining gunmen and almost get arrested. But I guess Wei didn't want to see Pendrew again. After questioning your life choices, Ricky links you with Sunny Wu.
You sure you don't want to fuck her a little before you start?
Who sees you as just another Red Bull. You then take Franklin out on a date while simultaneously gathering evidence against him because he just couldn't shut up. After learning about forum gangsters, some 18K are outside looking to catch some smoke, but didn't know that they were fighting Mr. Clinton. You then drop him off at his hotel and get to business. Sunny sends you to take Vivian out on a date, one of his girls who's on the brink of becoming a porn star. Kinda sad how modern female actors and personalities start in porn nowadays, but the girls bully you into a race where you obviously win and are left terribly hanging. You then get a call from some Russian girl you met at a club telling you that her friend is missing. You only ask her nationality and immediately accepts, which leads you to breaking into her apartment, fishing through her shit, and finding a number that just happens to be affiliated with 18K. The number then leads you to a gambling barge just offshore, which is run by the well-known human trafficker, Mr. Yar, who you basically provide a girl to by deliberately losing a game where you bet that Russian woman you literally called a few days ago. You then plan to track on her and follow her location until it stops in a nearby cave where you go investigate and eventually reach the smuggling ring, pinning down Yar. Oh yeah, the girls are also freed I guess, and you also find a friend. Kinda crazy that there's only one smuggler in the whole of Hong Kong. Jiang then calls you for a situation report. You tell her you haven't done shit, and she tells you to terrorize the current chairman out of his position because he's a crack fiend and general idiot. After some outright vandalism, Sunny asks you to plant some cameras in Vivian's place, just so that he can have some smut-flavored blackmail on her. You say yes, plant the cameras, but as you're about to leave, Viv and Ricky return from wherever they were, and you have to stealth your way out. One of the only stealth missions in the game. To ask for, You then meet with Pendrew to ask for an earlier, release for Jackie, only for him to tell you that you have to give him evidence on Sunny Woe, which should have been Wei's realization that Pendrew's a piece of shit, but after giving up the evidence, Pendrew pulls the plug without any proper exit plan for Wei, which Wei was still cooking.
It's not over, not yet.
Wei, the Sun On Yi is seriously crippled. Your mission was an unbelievable success. I must admit, I thought you'd be happy.
Big Smiley will take over. It'll be even worse than it was under Poe. I can't come in now. I'm not finished yet.
I understand your personal reasons for doing this, your history with the Sun On Yi. This is why I selected you. But you've done more than enough. Those are my orders.
Fuck your orders, and fuck you too, Pendrew. I came on to take down the Sun On Yi, not to shuffle the deck.
Shen, you're making a mistake.
You then go to pick up Jackie, who's still butthurt for the amazing time Tyrone was giving him in the clink, which turned him into a more depressed, woeful character. But Wei is still Wei. The both of you suit up and get ready for Uncle Poe's funeral. Oh yeah, he died off screen, he died. Anyway, the police are present to protect the Sun On Yi due to this being a funeral. But as soon as Pendrew arrives, he bags Sunny Woe and leaves with all officers present, which alert the 18K to begin their assault, as they were just there the whole time.
Hey, you! You can't do this here! It's a fucking funeral!
I don't give a fuck!
You barely make it out alive, only for broken-nosed Jiang to grow some balls and call for a proper election for who's going to be the next permanent chair. Lee sees this as he's going to lose and decides to kill all opposing red poles that wouldn't vote for him, with him starting with Wei's businesses, to which he fails miserably, forcing him to send a full-on battalion to your location as an effort to beat you. You then convince Ricky to deal with your problems so that you can focus on Big Smile Lee, but as you're about to plot your attack, Raymond tells you that Pendrew's going to rat on you if you don't stop, which Wei totally listens to and wholeheartedly agrees with. You get there to find out that it's only an ambush. Jackie isn't even there. You beat him up, hack one of the thugs' phones, find another group of hoods, beat them up and hack one of their phones, which reveals that Jackie is presumed dead in some random shoreline. You pinpoint the location and find that Jackie is luckily buried alive in a box, giving you enough time to rescue him. Which, being honest, was just a lure for Wei anyway. I mean, the only reason he went there was to get Jackie, right?
Oh! I thought I was gonna die like an animal, man. Fucking like a dog or something.
Come on, brother. You okay? I got your back.
Fuck! Fuck! Duh.
After a while, Jackie texts you to meet him in an odd location, but then this happens.
Oh, fuck! Oh my god! Jackie! Ah, fuck! Jackie! Ah!
At this point, Wei is to blame, bro. Like, no one else is to blame for this, it's just him. After a torture scene that GTA 5 would shamelessly steal a year later, you shoot every single living organism that isn't you. You didn't need to, but Wei feels inclined to because torture, I guess. Your torture buddy finds you and tries to finish the job, but sadly didn't know that I'm a chronic gamer. You beat him and steal his clothes. Oh god. Now on the hunt for Big Smile Lee, still having no regard for other human life. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that was Ponytail until I realized he wasn't dying. But then died anyway. Lee then sneak shots you, literally bombs you, then bitch slaps you for good measure. Which didn't matter cause he did. God, seeing this scene on the big screen would be so nice. It'd be so nice. Pendrew then spills the beans to the Sun On Yi that you're a Fed, but they didn't really mind it. Hell, Jiang gives you evidence which puts Pendrew in jail for the murder of Uncle Poe. His death was off screen for a reason. Now the chairman, Jiang says to leave you alone because even though you had that, at the end of the day, all you did was help out the gang. And with that, the credits roll. But wait, there's more. Tang then sends you to investigate a fighting tournament that has been plagued with missing persons reports and $1 million wagers. It's in this weird Enter the Dragon theme, even having purposefully bad voice acting and stereotypical opponents. I mean, you can see who the antagonist is here. Like, it's not. You join the tournament under the impression that you want to win the prize for yourself, giving the showrunner the green light to put you through the qualification process. Passing with flying colors, you move on to the next stage, a last man standing with no restrictions, involving these shirtless ninjas that are the same as the base enemy but 2 times the health, and a Muay Thai expert. He did too. On your way to the next stage, you get seduced by some rich woman who had idiotically betted against you in the upcoming stage and needed some assurance that you'll lose, poisoning you and calling in an ambush just to be sure. They fail, allowing you to move on to the next beach fight with an MMA fighter, which in my opinion is just game padding. Wei hits at half strength with this horrible sepia effect, and the only threatening thing about this guy is that he has some unique grapples. You finish Tyrone, but then get stopped by one of the less hostile fighters, who tell you that she used a shitty poison that aloe vera can cure, and where to find some on the island. The next stage sees Wei fighting in a group, which he gets a bit too attached to, even calling them his brothers. I guess killing someone he loves is easier for him. You then chase the showrunner down because you have more than enough evidence at this point, fail miserably at arresting him, and reach the conclusion that a dead suspect is still a suspect. Now, Sleeping Dogs is undercover cop done right, not the usual I'm a cop man and the eventual final clash against his former brothers. No, this is an example of high-grade law enforcement, an officer who gets the job done without getting suspected by anyone. The story is really well put together. I didn't even believe that this was going to be a true crime game. And if you know the true crime series, all you have to do is look at this game's gameplay. Now I ain't gonna lie, the controls are dated. It was released in 2012 for fucking hell. But yikes, defeated. The instant you control Wei in the prologue, it has this distinct feeling of driving him rather than telling him to run. But at least the parkour is well implemented. Not as much as Watch Dogs or Assman's Seed, but miles better than anything else. It feels like playing Skater XL, in the sense that you know how to trigger everything, but it all comes down to timing and the occasional glitch here and there. If you're an avid GTA 4 enjoyer, you'll have a soft spot for driving in Sleeping Dogs, albeit on the arcadey side. It still has that early 2010 charm, with one of the best drift functions in open world games. I'll be honest though, damn near all starting cars are trash. Even the ones in your garage are trash. Way too slidey, but have enough speed to ensure that you're gonna die. But the game starts giving you better cars once you become a red pole, signifying that you're no regular Sanoni member anymore. Just don't ever touch the water unless you need to, and you'll be good. I'm not gonna talk much of the fighting. Hell, even AI voices talk about the game's fighting nowadays. So, it feels like if Shenmue 1's fighting grew up and got a cocaine addiction, because it just feels so satisfyingly gory. I like to look at how certain gameplay mechanics were developed as how the character I'm playing would actually handle that type of situation, which means Wei should not be given a gun. The game itself tells you when you give Pendrew Charlie's gun that it ain't exactly a GTA you're playing. Having this strange artificial bullet spread, which is actually fucked for the anti-riot shotgun, with this shitty auto aim that makes you stick onto one target for a good 3 seconds before snapping back to reality or just killing them on fucking mouse and keyboard. As you play this game, you'll realize that it has a very strong identity crisis of being a controller only or keyboard only game. General movement is more fluid on controller, and the auto aim works really well there. But once you start fighting, the keyboard just has a bit more freedom than controller. And don't try these with the controller. You just won't have the accuracy to kill them in time. But then again, once you realize that this is the Just Cause engine, you'll gain a lot of respect from high-Q employees all over Hong Kong. I'm not about to talk about the whole UFG saga and Sleeping Dogs' horrible development path, but just to spread the good word of our Lord.
A man who never eats pork buns is never a whole man.
Sleeping Dogs, in my opinion, was plagued from its inception, being a former true crime game and failure, even though getting to the millions. Kinda funny how a game studio that was on the brink of bankruptcy made a final game as a last chance, but won't give this IP another chance. It's always going on sale, so there's no reason to avoid the game, and unlike its British competitor, it's really well optimized. If you hadn't already realized, I'm running on what's equivalent to a calculator with a GT 710. Slow as fuck, but it gets the job done. Now, go away, live your life, go watch a Dochi video or something. I only made this video because of that decrepit Russell Crowe movie. Yazi ukuba kaphanga nje ndoda wayibisa ngo Sleeping Dogs.